So here's how this video is going to work. We're going to be looking at pale coins. I'm going to be giving you some basics about it. We're going to see about the first major area through the game, and after all that, I'll give some first impressions about it and how I feel about it. Should be simple enough, right? So I want to thank Lurkit and Indie Pups for allowing me to share this game, Pale Coins, with you all. So let's look at what they have to say on Lurkit regarding the game. It's an open world called Grenmark, and it's an old school fantasy action RPG with Souls-like elements. So we're looking for the Champion's Coin. That seems to be the major MacGuffin in the game here. And there's powerful skills granted by rare pieces of equipment all throughout Grenmark. And there's gorgeous handcrafted pixel art, an expansive world to explore filled with NPCs and dungeons, challenging combat and unique skills, like I said, from those armor pieces, and this has Souls-like elements. A variety of unique and difficult bosses to defeat, tons of equipment and items to discover, many branching storylines and quests to complete, and it's an old-school RPG with no hand-holding. So I should see if there's anything options-wise or modes to really explore before we get into the new game here. I'm surprised the resolution is only effective in windowed mode, so it doesn't really matter because I'm doing borderless full screen here. So that don't really matter. Ain't worried about that or any of this here. Don't think there's anything to worry about there. Now learn the key bindings. What game modes? Starting from the top with hardcore. Permadeath is the thing here. In cursed mode, choose from various curses for next challenge. Endless Tower, relentless waves of enemies that grow fiercer with every stage. Defeat them all to unlock the next level. And Bingo, form a horizontal, vertical, or diagonal line to achieve a bingo by completing different goals. I don't feel like this is related to the regular game here. This might be more once you finish the main game in some way, then it might be okay to take on one of those different game modes. I'm just starting a regular game.
Long forgotten, creatures not known to mankind emerged.
Okay, we got voice acting
They
here.
introduced themselves as the Pale Ones. Upon their descent into the world, they shaped artifacts of power. The Pale Coins.
Oh.
The Pale Coins held a power beyond reckoning, flowing to whomever claimed them. Leaving only the artifacts behind, their creators disappeared without a trace. The coins, coveted and fought over, soon became the catalyst for war and devastation. Deemed too dangerous to exist, their banishment was decreed. Admittedly, against the will of those who obtained their powers.
Of course.
One by one, the Pale Coins were destroyed, their legend crumbling, until they became nothing more than forgotten echoes. And now, we are here. Tell me, Awakened One, who are you?
I don't know. Other than Uncommon Soul, I don't know. But how many characters can I punch in is the question. Will I be allowed all of that? Looks like yes. Tell me more about you. So here we have our character creator. And it's all 2D. Now, I generally like anime style hair, so I think I'm gonna go with this here. And of course, it's gotta be jet black. Now, what class would I be? I see. What was your former calling? So, Nomad. Lacking mastery in combat, but the Nomad of 10 stumbles upon rare treasures others never find. Experienced players who want a strong dose of luck. That feels like Sunraku of Shangri-La Frontier there. and the stats really reflect it. Nothing but 3 luck. What about a guard? 3 vitality, 2 strength. Built to endure, the guard starts with extra health and excels at taking hits others can't. Ideal for new players who prefer survivability and melee focused gameplay. I'm not new, but survivability in a Souls-like sounds pretty nice. Then Mercenary. The Mercenary is a versatile player, a versatile fighter with knowledge in all close-ranged weapons. Perfect for players who want flexibility. I do like me some flexibility as it is, and I do have 1 endurance. And a Hunter. Armed with bow and arrows, the Hunter takes down enemies while keeping a safe distance. A class for advanced players who prefer ranged combat. And looking at the equipment, you're going to have to keep stock of arrows. So if you run out, you could be in some trouble unless you're really good with a dagger. Then a Circle Mage. Trained in the magical arts, the mage defeats enemies with a plethora of spells. A high-risk class for experienced players that relies heavily on mana. I'm going to want to go with Mercenary here. I don't mind the flexibility. So that's what I'm going with. So be it. You shall be my champion, uncommon soul. A new world is created. I can appreciate these pixels here. Wake up. Wake up, champion. So we only face 2 directions, but we can move in all 8. So what's with these stones here? It's using Xbox controllers, or Xbox buttons. But you can use a PlayStation controller. So circle will sprint. Square will attack. Triangle or the right stick will have skills, or is it R3 with skills? Primarily provided by equipped weapon, armor, and artifact. No Oxford comma there. R2 will enter skill aiming mode for precise targeting with gamepads. Like with me. Then the back button will open inventory. Weapons, armor, and artifacts. Triangle will drop items that aren't equipped or needed for quests. L2 will assign weapons and consumables to quick access slots. And then upon release, the highlighted weapon is equipped. Consumables are used immediately. Okay. So I need to set things. Use it. Then hold to display. But I don't have anything yet. Then options will access player window to allocate attribute points from leveling up. Then this is broken. So I can only attack in 2 directions. I can't poke upward. And so triangle looks to be dodge. And I dodged from the opposite direction of where I'm moving. There was something behind this if I had taken the time to look. You shall be my chosen champion. Bear thy burden granted by me. Seek the coin to grant my wish. Seek the coin of legends, lest the world shatters again. Live again to conquer mortal realms. Bring me the champion's coin. Oh boy, so I gotta do this thing for her, huh? Here comes some music. Hey, just a second. Did you just come out of this thing? Apparently, yes, I did. That's interesting. I gotta discuss that with our magician. We both thought that thing to be nothing more than an eyesore. By the way, I haven't seen you before. Are you new here? Yeah, I am new here. Well then, let me tell you a few things. You are in the Old Forest, which is west of the capital. South of here, there's a small camp. Balder is the chief of those guys. To the north, there's another camp, but it is full of bandits and idiots. East of here, a small river is separating us and the capital. There used to be a bridge, but it broke down a while ago. Is there anything else you want to know? Well, who are you? I am Leela. I usually care for the guys in the camp. Is there something to watch out for? There are goblins all around here in the forest. But that ain't half as bad as the wasteland. Orcs settled there. If I were you, I'd avoid the wasteland altogether. Where can I get better equipment? We have a rather strong smith in the camp. He might sell you a thing or two. But he ain't here at the moment. Probably lying drunk under a tree. Also, there are several caves nearby. Sometimes you can find chests with some leftover equipment in there. Do you know about the champion's coin? Sorry, honey. Never heard of that. Try asking Balder or our magician in the camp. That's all. Thank you. Sure thing. Make sure to stay alive for a while. We could use a few more men in the camp. So the tutorial was done and I got an achievement for that. There's a certainly nice flow to these trees. And there's an apple to grab. But I can't assign anything. So I was afraid of that. The X button ate the apple that I didn't want to eat. And there's a chest there already. I can't break down the tree, which is fine. Is that a storage chest? Looks like a storage chest. I ain't ready to give that up. I think I like the instrumentation of the guitar here. Plenty of guards. There's Balder. And the hands are disjointed from the body, but I don't mind it. Hey, what are you doing here in this camp? You don't look like one of my men. I am looking for a coin. Coin? Don't think you should be begging around here, friend. Keep your distance from the camp. We don't have anything to give you. Now, is there anything else? I am looking for a specific coin. Do I look like a coin collector? Demir, our wizard, may be able to help you. Demir was out for a walk or something. He tends to disappear at times. Thing is, he usually comes back. This time he didn't. I sent men to look for him, but they also didn't return. I can't afford to send more of my men, so that's where you come in. Help me find Demir. Then you're free to ask him about any coin you like. Do you know where I can find Demir? If I knew where to find him, he wouldn't be missing, right? Ask the people outside the camp. Maybe one of them saw him. I seek combat training. I can show you how to fight properly. But why should I do that? How about some gold? There's more important things than gold, such as trust. And at the moment, I don't trust you enough. There's no better reason to stop wasting my time. Fine, I don't know yet. Come back if you can give me a good reason. He's pretty bitter. There's some stuff in this chest, including a blueprint of a weapon. I need to be careful lest I drain my stamina sprinting. And apparently can gather honey from these hives. Okay, and those can break. The smith's not here either. So then there's nothing south. So I should be talking to people outside the camp, he says. So why don't I go this way then? You can see if there's anybody to talk to. Few pathways around here. I could be a little spooked. Okay. So hitting L2 on an item in the menu will put it in the quick select slot. And I don't want to hold the stick in a direction unless I'm ready to use that item. Is that small red gem worth 6 gold, or did I find 6 gold? And then there's berries to pick. Feeling a little survival-like in a sense, and not making any place to stay, but gathering things. And here I thought we could get some tree branches or wood. There's a goblin. But I have to strike from the sides. Oh no. I can strike from any direction. I did not realize that. I only face 2 directions, but I can strike in any. That is relief. That is relieving and comforting. I'm glad about that. And it's helpful that, of course, you can see you go through various foliage. And I'm not taking up a lot of inventory here. Berries recover health too. Alright. Berries could come in real handy. Now how much does each? 5, 3, 2, and 2. But that's used in alchemy, so I don't want to use that yet. Now protected pants I could care about. Give me some physical defense instead of just some rags. I expect it to be a trap. No, they're not coming for me. Then some roasted meat would sure be something. Now, I don't know how much they're gonna hurt me if they get any hits on me. I'm glad they're not. And there's blood splatter on the grass. I didn't pay attention to that the first time, but glad to see that. Makes sense anyway. Just gotta keep my eyes open. But there's no map to my knowledge. So I have to remember where I'm going. And the experience bar is above everything, so that's good to know. Almost level 2. I can't help but want to check things. I'm grabbing a number of apples. And the gold will surely come in handy and make me some stuff. Glad I can't necessarily break the tombstones. I didn't want to go in just yet. I wanted to grab these things. Suppose I'll go in here, though, and check this place out. Goblin Cave. They're not doing anything to me, though. And I'm causing them harm anyway. Glow mushroom. Before I go any further, let me see about that. Recovers 5 mana is what it does. It doesn't provide a source of light. And now I've leveled up. They do give a little light, though. So player window, I got 2 attribute points. So I ought to hit R1 to go allocate them. Vitality ups maximum health. Endurance increases maximum stamina. Magic increases maximum mana. Strength increases damage for weapons with strength scaling. Dexterity for weapons with... Whoa! I can be hit if I'm not careful. I don't see anything else now, so back into the window. Intelligence increases damage for weapons with intelligence scaling. And luck increases chance to find items and critical hits. In that case, let me see about my stuff. This is a dexterity weapon here. Short sword is a one-handed sword axe mace. And I need 2 strength in order to use it. There's a sword stab to stab through foes ahead. Or do I need a... I do have 2 strength actually, so it's all good. Let me get my luck up. I have 2 strength, so I can use this. And that quiver gives me a whole lot of arrows, but I don't have a key to unlock that. It's all eerie without any music. Oh, right. That's the skill I have right now, not a dodge. But I can step back. That all said, the sword thrust doesn't feel like it did much. Now, there ain't nothing else around here, to my knowledge. But I am glad to have explored. I just don't have a key. For the time being, I've done everything. Now, if I can only remember that there's a chest in the Goblin Cave, and then remember how I got here. I got spooked by a bird. Oh yeah, I do have roasted meat, and I haven't had a need for any of that. So then what's this way? There's a tent. So there's a chance someone might be here. But I can't go inside. That folk guitar is really fitting. Really hitting, too. Those apples up there? They look like apples. Now, if I knew alchemy, I could make some use of those small healing herbs. This kind of exploring is fine to me. It could come in handy. Oh. Shrike. Hmm? Are you looking for something to hunt? If so, I'd have to disappoint you. Except for a few birds, there's nothing left here. Who are you? I am Shrike, the only hunter out here. Out of work hunter, to be honest. What are you doing? Was on a long hunt, but with no kill. I am working on my bows at the moment. Did you see, or what do you know about bows? Enough to be an efficient hunter. On this side of the river, I'm the only bowyer. The people in the camp lack a certain delicacy when it comes to this craft. Can you teach me something? I could show you a few things, yes. As the woods are barren, there is nothing to do besides sharpen my craft. Sharing it with you would prove beneficial to both of us. But it won't be without its price. Knowledge and expertise require sacrifice. In your case, 100 gold will be a sufficient one. Maybe later. Do you have something to sell? I have a few bows to spare. Have a look. I don't think I really need any bows, though. Okay. When a weapon is possible to be equipped, the requirement will be normal color. If you're lacking it, then it's red. I don't know what the E and the D is then, though. And that has a socket. For that, I need dexterity. For that, I need strength and dexterity. And that would be the same defense, but then mana that I'm not very worried about. I don't think I need beer. So I won't worry about these. Yeah, I won't worry about them. But at least I know someone's here. Such foraging. But nothing to hunt. Oh, I didn't even ask him about Themir. I ought to do that. Did you see Themir lately? The old codger? No, I haven't seen him in a while. He's missing. Really? I am being told nothing out here, it seems. Themir did not pass this way. That is what you were wondering. Okay, then I don't really need to go much further here. But I see there's an east pathway. That's where the bridge is out. I thought those rocks could be actually broken. I won't take his fish, Jens. Hey there, stranger. How did you end up here on this side of the river? Honestly, doesn't matter. So, what's up? Who are you? You can call me Jens. Do you need something from me? What happened to the bridge? The bridge? It got destroyed. That should be obvious. Do you have more information about the bridge? I guess. What do you want to know? How is it destroyed? I don't know. I was watching the bridge the other day, as Baldur had ordered me to do so. He always feared an attack of the royal guard. However, I fell asleep in the middle of the night. All of a sudden, I heard a loud noise and half the bridge was missing. Shortly after, Baldur was about to check on me. Needless to say, he was pissed. Ever since then, I've been repairing the bridge, but Baldur ain't paying enough, so I am taking my time. Anything else? You mentioned the royal guard? Yeah, the king's personal elite, and we're missing an apostrophe between the G and the S in kings. They usually only operate in the city and nearby, but some of them were ordered to get rid of bandits. Surprisingly, the king considers us as such. Therefore, we have to be cautious. Anything else? That's all. You're welcome. What's up? What about Themir? Nope. Gosh. But no one's seen Themir. We've been talking to people outside the village. So then what if we go this way? Whoa! I almost let myself get hit. But I managed to step back and strike them down in time. They're reactionary and probably territorial. So I've gotta defend myself. If they would just talk, we could converse, then I wouldn't strike them down. But they ain't thinking like that. Broken short sword of adventuring. What's that all about? Still 3 points in a sword stat, but I get more experience in this counters attacks, but more experience and counters attacks. I gotta put this on then. Maybe broken, but it still acts a little better. I wonder if that was anything there. Only I had a top, though. But I'm pretty attracted to anything that gives me experience boost. Especially early on in the game. Halgrim and not Themir. Oh man, my head feels like it's gonna explode any second now. Hey you, do you have something against this headache? Maybe a beer? Are you sure about that? Hell yeah, I am sure. There's nothing like a recovery beer after a long night drinking. I am worried. I'll give you the... No, I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't have any on me at the moment. It's just gonna feed into problems. Too bad. Who are you? I am Hallgrim. I usually work the forge in the camp. You're a smith? Most of the time. As long as I ain't hung over. What are you doing here? At the moment? Sobering up. Baldur's ain't fond of me drinking, but that's his problem. Speaking about being drunk, did you see Danny? Who's Danny? Small fella, strange clothes, always drunk, magnificent mustache. That's Danny. I haven't met him yet. Damn. Yesterday, that drunkard left to get more booze. He took my good hammer and went south. Mentioned something about a booze hideout of a wizard. Neither Danny, booze, nor my hammer is here. God. If I weren't hung over, I'd be looking for him and beating his drunk ass. Could you look for him, lad? You'll get compensated, of course. Sure, I can look for Danny. In case you find him, give him a beating he won't forget. Did you see Themir? Our strange wizard? He left the camp before I came here. Baldur said that he is missing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I never liked that old sparkle finger. Maybe he went north to the bandits. Or even better, maybe he went south and fell into a hole of the goblins. I don't like the sound of that, but I will be going this way for the sake of smithing. I see signs. I see a hole. I can potentially enter that hole, but I don't know that I should. Maybe I'll skip the hole for now. I didn't see a goblin there until now. Had to see where they were. This is the wasteland. Are there deaths here? Better watch yourself, traveler. Here starts the wasteland, and it's a rough place for someone like you. Who are you? My name's Bear. Most likely the only berserker around. What are you doing here? Waiting. There is a right time to cross the wastes, but it has not yet come. Have you seen a wizard lately? A wizard? One came by a few days ago, but turned back as quickly as he arrived. Seemed like an odd fellow, though. Thanks for the tip. Good luck, traveler. I'm thinking these X's are deaths. So there's some kind of grave markers like in most Souls-likes. Whoa! I'll step back for the moment. I can step back just enough to not get hit. That's good to know. That's nice there. I didn't mean for that. I meant to grab the thing. So this is definitely exploratory here as well. I have to be careful when I don't have a source of light on me. Snakes can pop up out of nowhere. I'm just grabbing everything I can get my hands on, and I really don't mind it. This is an adventure I can get behind right here before I call it a video. Alright, so maybe now I'll up my endurance, my strength. I don't think I mind. Shoot! Endurance is stamina. I should have done vitality. Although it's not like I'm really suffering right now. I haven't even been hit yet. As soon as I say that, that's exactly when I'm gonna get hit. But I get it. Now, hardened goblin dagger of stamina. I don't think I'm worried about that, although that would be 2 physical damage instead of 4, or 4 physical damage instead of 2. I don't think I'm worried about that right now, though. Blood stains. Someone must have been wounded. It could be the drunkard, or the wizard, or both. I swear I got a 7-hit strike on one of the goblins. That must have been a critical hit. Very low chance of critical hits right now. And there's a torch. Let me see. All it does is illuminate dark areas. Although I could put that somewhere. We go back to this. That lights up the place so I can see better before I go. Now, the problem is, it's a weaker weapon. So I'll put this back then. So I can switch between them with ease. Now I'll go down here. Oh no, someone's dead. I think it's the drunkard. Be careful. Break this out. Oh, there's Hallgrim's hammer. What else could be around? There's a pathway there. I think I'll check it before I go down any holes. Then there's another hole. Whoop. Now I'm glad to be able to step out of the way. And I somehow didn't get hit. I have no idea how. Now I did finally get hit. I don't think that thrust is all that great. And that health recovers over time, I see. It's alright. It's a regen thing is what it is. Still strikes up. Understandable. You can eat multiple times to stack the effects. I don't mind getting hit. I'm gonna end up getting the kills in like that and get experience. There's a number of them snakes, though. A number of them snakes. A number of them snakes. Then a hole. And treasure. And a chest I can open. This will take a little more effort, though. White armored. Can't dodge roll, but I can still move enough out of the way. Man, a potion and apprentice staff. I don't need no magic. I ain't worried about magic. I'm worried about what's all around. There's runes. Does this have a socket? Yes, it does. But I probably have to get it worked on as smith in order to put anything in. Yeah, I'm getting a number of things now.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing worrying about here. And another level is mine. Now let me do this right here. Vitality. That's what I meant to do before. How about I light up the place and see where to go? I think I'll go down there first. But I'll also grab this. What should I work on next when I level up again? And there's alchemy in this, so I wonder what the alchemy, how it works, rather. The problem can be I'll be stuck in an attack animation that stops me. So I had to be careful. These goblins are nothing. I've explored enough down here. So now it's time to go back to that other hole then. Beyond where he was. The wizard! Demir! Hey! Over here! Thank God someone finally came. I thought I was going to die down here. How'd you end up here? You see, there's several magical fountains in this cave. So I thought I'd hop right in and be out of here in just a second. As I was about to write down my findings, a goblin stole my staff. And as if the situation wasn't bad enough, the floor underneath me fell apart and left me stranded here. Do you need help? What does it look like? What do you need? Well, I'm not leaving without my staff. It's too dangerous to be left to the hands of some filthy goblins. Besides, it'll make getting out of here a breeze. Anyway, to the north, there's a little entrance. That bastard left through that very hole the moment he took my staff. Be prepared for him, though. I think he was able to use it somewhat. Quite uncommon among goblins, if I do say so myself. I will help you. By the gods! Bless you, young one. Please hurry now. I really need to get out of here. I ain't asking for no reward or nothing. It's just something that needs to be done. And I don't mind doing it. So, there's chests that I can't reach. And this looks like an arena here. Yep. That's danger. I don't have much in the way of light. Wow, he's using that. Is he healing in there? Only I could reach. But there was a critical hit there, though. Got plenty of berries for days. What a strike on me. Likes to go there to do what looks like healing. Now that hurts. I do need to eat more berries than I'm eating. Okay. Like he killed himself or finished the job himself. So is it healing or up defenses or mana regeneration? Let me check all this out here. And I don't... Yes, R3 will sort it out. By newest or type. Look at these runes, though. There's Themir Staff. I can't equip it because I ain't got the intelligence. Does that mean I won't be able to go across the gaps and open a chest? Then necklaces. Goblin necklace for 1 vitality or 1 luck and mana regen. Let's go with the luck. I don't mind. And these must be key items or miscellaneous. This can be socketed into things. So it can be socketed into a armor or helmet for more health. It can be socketed into armor for fire resistance, or it can be socketed into a weapon for damage. And that was just unequipping it. There's equipping it. Did it socket? Yes, it did socket. Okay. So then how would I take it out, I wonder? I don't think I'm too worried about that yet. Why don't I eat a couple of apples this time? I wonder... Yes, you can strike that to light the place up. Okay. I see you, indie pups. That's all cool. These torches can be lit so to see better. Hello! Did you find my staff? I found your staff. You bloody legend! Hand it over! This is the one! God's bless you! I'll need only a second to recover. I can teleport you out of the cave before I leave. What do you say? I think it sounds good. Just hold still for a second. It shouldn't hurt, I think. All right, we're out of here. I found Danny, but he's dead. What? Wait, what? Are you kidding me? What the hell happened? He was dead when I found him. There was nothing I could do. Danny, that old bastard. Where did you find him? In a cave south of here. Shit. Thanks for telling me, lad. I'll look for him later and give him a proper burial. By the way, was there a hammer nearby? Danny took it yesterday. Yes, actually. Here you go. Thanks, lad. I really owe you one. It'd be better for me to get my ass back into the camp. Balder's sure to be pissed already. Be sure to meet me in the camp later, lad. I'll have something for you. And we can save outside of dungeons, it looks like. I'm going to go back to the camp, though. If any berries respawn, I'll grab them, because that's more recovery. Instead of using anything like potions that can be restored at a campfire. Glad to be back here, though. Oh, there's more honey here. And honey there. Hey, buddy. Thanks for coming by. Still can't believe Danny's dead, though. You said you owe me something. You said you owe me one for the hammer. Right. Didn't forget about that. You see, considering I'm the best and only smith in this camp, could give you some of my weapons. I'll need to think about that. Can you teach me how to forge weapons? Ha ha! I don't have the time to teach you how to smith. Baldur would kick my ass if I forged even less than I already do. But hear me out. Bring me the blueprints and the needed materials for an item you want to have forged, and I will do the rest. What do you think? Where can I find blueprints? Let me think. Some smiths sell these blueprints. Also, if you're lucky, you could find blueprints in chests or so. Where can I find materials? Well, you can find ore in mines, obviously. I suppose some of the materials can be found at merchants as well. Can you also forge artifacts? No, my hands are too rough for that. You'll probably find someone in the capital who is able to craft these things. Sounds good. Great. Let me know if you want to have something forged. Craft me new equipment. Bring me blueprints and I will forge everything for you. Then what blueprint did I have? Look at all these here. That's an actual potion. Nailed club. Need iron ore and I need a club, and I don't have those. I almost think I want to just use strength weapons as I play this. This could be a kind of challenge if I decide to go so far with it. A weapon sounds good. No, I got plenty of weapons. I'm not interested in a weapon. Well, you're lost, lad. Then here, 50 gold for you. Oh, well, I didn't have any chance with that. You have something to sell? I have some weapons lying around. Take a look. One-handed swords. A spear. I need more dexterity for that. Well, then there's two things. Backstep and multi-thrust. That's powerful. I could only equip a shield with a one-handed sword, axe, or mace. I don't know if I feel like it. I could buy, if I had the money, a plate helmet. Or some chainmail, or lucky chainmail. I have just enough for that. Or blueprints. I think I want the lucky chainmail. Oh, that replaces the top. That I didn't realize. I can apparently sell some things. Oh, that mines ore. That's kind of necessary, and I saw ore. I think I'm going to test that theory. Let me sort these by type. I saw ore out there. Is that ore here? Looks like no. It sure looked like ore to me. And I'll go back out and go find those stones that looked a lot like ore. The question is, where were they? I think they were more up north here. And then east. I find myself curious and wanting to test a theory. And then striking around here. All the same, I'm not looking for any bows. Oh, there's Shrike. He was hiding behind the tree. Well, let me go up this way like I thought I saw ore. And the only other way is east. That definitely ain't ore, though. So it wasn't around here. It cost a whole lot of stamina in order to dodge, I see. Where was ore, though? Here. Is that not ore, then? Or is it different than what I'm thinking? I think it's different than what I'm thinking. It mines ore, but it's not doing it in the way I think. So my theory was proven wrong. I'm sure at some point there'll be ore pointed out to me. This ain't it. When I check the journal. Let's go talk to Thamir now that he's back.
Ah, back at last. I thought I would never see this place again. I must thank you for getting me out of that hole, and for getting my staff back. Here, take this. A few coins is the least I can do for you. Now, is there anything you wanted to ask?
And that was an achievement for rescuing him. Let's see. Why did you close the mines?
Well, a rather interesting tale. During one of our many mining expeditions, we encountered something near the end of the mines. We dug through a wall and saw a beautiful grotto with a waterfall. But that wasn't the reason. The reason for the closing were some ancient ruins we found behind the waterfall. As I approached them, I felt a strong magical presence, and a feeling of fear and dread washed over me. Anyway, after that, I refused to let anyone near those ruins, and I ordered Balder to close off the mines until further notice.
How long have you worked for Balder?
Oh, I've worked with Balder for years now. We were partners before this group was even established. He can get things done, and I figure out what things have to get done. He can get things done, and I figure out what things have to get done. Putting it simply, we work well together.
Can you brew potions?
To be honest, potions have never been my strong suit. If you're looking for someone to brew your potions, try the Academy of Mages. Leela might also be able to brew you a potion or two. She's been researching a lot of alchemy lately.
Okay. You mentioned an academy.
The Academy is located north of the capital. It is pretty much the only place in Grenmark where you can study magic properly. If you're interested in magic, you should at least stop by.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
Do you need anything else?
Do you know anything about the Champion's Coin?
The Champion's Coin? Ah, I am assuming those are the magical coins that were mentioned in the broken wall text behind the waterfall in the mine. The Pale Coins. The magical coins were said to possess great power, and said power would be bestowed upon whoever is wielding the coin. Overall, they seemed like something from an ancient past, something that wanted to be buried and forgotten. For what reason? I couldn't tell you. All I do know is that they don't seem to exist anymore.
Can you help me find out more about these coins?
I could help you, yes. That would require someone to go through the mine, which is closed at the moment. I would need to investigate the texts in the ruins once again. You did prove yourself before and helped me out of my misery, so I am willing to help you. Take this key and open the mine. Let's meet at the ruins later. I'll have something to discuss with Baldur first. I'll do some work of my own before I meet you there. Just don't take too long, alright? Is there anything to tell him? I probably should tell you Jens is busy fishing instead of repairing the bridge. Does he? Can't expect much from him. Tell him I'll cut his pay. Okay. I can't go in there, though. Hallgrim is foraging. If I don't do this now, I'm gonna forget. It wasn't a thing in the journal. And it sure would be something to go to the capital. What's up? Baldur cut your pay. So you ratted me out to Baldur? Looks like I'll have to find other ways to get gold then. When will you be finished with the repair? I can't tell. Baldur ain't paying for the repair, and I am not doing overtime. If you want, you could speed up the repair in exchange for a few coins. For you, I'll make the special offer of 400 coins. Maybe later. Very well. Oh boy. There is actually something to this game here. There's way too many for me to play, but I'm feeling something with this one here. Let me go talk to, what's her name? Leela. Hey, nice to meet you again. What do you need? Demir mentioned that you can brew potions. Oh, basically, Demir is right. However, I'm still a bit inexperienced when it comes to brewing potions. I do have a suggestion, though. Bring me the ingredients in the simple recipes, and I'll try brewing your potions. That way, I can practice my alchemy skills, and you'll get your potions. Sounds good, right? Do you have anything to sell, then? A few things, sure. Like there's a roasted meat recipe. And it doesn't cost much. And that's for cooking dishes at a bonfire. Well, it ain't a recipe. And someone there thanked me for saving the wizard. And Baldur is a strong fighter. Of course. I don't have much, but it'll get you by. Mage, Tome, Lesser Holy Tome of Mana. No, these aren't recipes. I don't know that I'm really looking to join the camp. If you really want to join us, you have to prove that we can trust you. What can I do for you? Straight to the point? I like that. For some time now, the king has been increasingly searching for bandits and has them executed. Overall, I don't think this is bad. Many of the bandits around the capital are attacking citizens and merchants, which is why they can hardly leave the city on their own anymore. But we have nothing in common with such scum. Not even Goran would threaten defenseless citizens. The king, however, doesn't seem to care, which is why we're on the hit list too. I want you to find out what plans the king, or rather the royal guard, has. What should I do? It would be best if you spoke to his advisor in the capital about it. The king himself is unlikely to speak to someone like you. I don't want to be rude, but without an audience or a good reason, Waynard will reject you immediately. The royal guard might also know something. Ask the guards about their duties. In the best case, someone is directly involved in the search for the bandits. Oh, and one more small detail. Never mention my name to the guards or the king. They think I'm dead, and I'd like to keep it that way. I will find out about the king's plans. Very good. With this task, you can prove to us that we can trust you. It will also help me figure out how we're going to proceed with the camp. Some quests here, but nothing to sell. I wish there were any alchemy blueprints. It looks like nobody's got any. So I can't do anything about it. But I can open the door, and I can call it from here. This is actually something. There is a map! Oh my goodness, there is a map! I did not realize that! Oh wow! That's some stuff to think about then. Oh gee! That's gonna make going through here a lot easier then. Well, I can quit the desktop now. Man! I actually think there's something to pale coins here. I can appreciate the pixels, especially the flow of the pixels in nature. There is some good looking there, even in the modern day and age. And it's been proven so many times, pixels can be just as competitive as 3D models. And there's not much voice acting to my knowledge, but that's no big deal. That's never a big deal if the game works out. I'm into the more folksy music in the world of Drenmark, I forget. I had to look the other window, Drenmark. But yeah, no, there's actually some good feel to the folksy music. It makes sense here. I really enjoy the guitar, especially in the village. And the gameplay works very much to me. Attacks do go in any direction despite facing only 2 directions. There's plenty of stuff to grab. There's alchemy, there's forging, there's cooking. So there's plenty to go in terms of how you dress yourself and how you heal yourself. Now, I'm okay with there being no restockable or refillable potions. With the food you make and forage, there's going to be ways to keep your health up. And it's nice to know about stat requirements for different weapons. I've seen that in a few Souls-likes that I've never gone fully through. And I can appreciate that. It really gives me something to shoot for in terms of how to build myself. In fact, it makes it all the more appreciable. All in all, I really think there's something here with pale coins. And if you want any hand on it, it's right now, at least, if at all, only Steam. But I think it'd be worth it, actually. How much is it on Steam? And then what trophies are there for it? It's $10 at the time of recording for a normal price. And what achievements are there for this? There's a tutorial, saving Ymir, accessing the Eternal Realm, hitting a high level, crafting something, finding stones, joining factions actually, whether the Bandits, the Royal Guard, or the Academy. Then there's such a thing as New Game Plus. And then there's stuff to commit or to submit to collections, finishing the game in hardcore mode, and a few other things. This is actually a worthwhile game, I think, and I'm really grateful that Lurkit and Indie Pups would allow me to share this with you all. But this is not the only game that Lurkit or Keymailer or anyone has allowed me to share with you all, so I'm sure I got something somewhere around here, there, I don't know, I'm thinking around here somewhere, in front of the Kirby, sadly, but there might be some other games that might tickle your fancy if you're willing to take a look, especially if this was anything interesting to you.